Last week on Blueprint DIY. Warning, this is not a regular upcycle tutorial. It is not me taking you step by step showing you how to do something. This is me taking you along with me in my crazy mind, as creative as it is and crazy and jumbled up in my mind, step by step through the process of how I do things. So I hope you enjoy. Hi everyone, I'm Angelina and this is Blueprint DIY, where we remake our clothes to be just as unique as us. Alright, last week we went thrifting for the ugliest thing to thrift flip. I let you all vote on Instagram and you picked this cream one with the embroidered and beaded collar and pockets. Alright, I am back, and for the ugly blouse or old lady blouse challenge, you guys have weighed in and you have chosen the cream one with the very lovely lace collar. So I don't know if the camera's picking up that, but it is storming outside. We started deconstructing it and I told you how I upcycle something when I just don't know what to do. All right, so now we're gonna get this project done. Have that all pinned down. This is coming out. It'll probably get cut across like right there or higher so that I can have room to hem it, and or put a casing on it or something like that. And that leaves the front. So I'm actually going to do the back first, and I'm going to plan on a rather deep V for now for the front, because I think it'll lead me into what else I want to do. Be so careful because these are my sharp scissors. If I accidentally go through both of these pieces of material, I'm gonna be hot. Don't. Alright. So that's why I'm kind of lifting it up to make sure I don't do that. Alright. That's that. I got the little stain part cut out. And that is the back of my top. I still got to take these off. And this V, I really should try. I really should try it on and see how deep I want the V. But I like living on the edge. I'm actually not living that dangerously because I'm not cutting it super low. I'm gonna cut it to there for now. All right, so that's that. That's definitely gonna need a casing. I'm not gonna be able to just turn and hem that. So I have to make sure I have enough when I cut off, or I'll probably use this. I'll probably use this as the casing and then turn it under. But yeah, whatever. And I'm gonna try it on and figure out where I want to crop it. Okay, so this is the front now. And as you can see, it's very plain. Nothing too special. But I'm so silly. This is the back. And right now I have a bandeau on. So, you know, the no bra thing is not a big deal. I could still have, you know, pretty much all the back out, and then have the pretty buttons going down the back, and it would be a really cute top, you know. So I could just go ahead and finish it like this and be perfectly okay. But from the front, to me, it looks like scrubs. So, and that is not what I'm going for. What I want to add is I want to add a more dramatic sleeve. And actually that means I might have to take the sleeve up to here. I'm thinking maybe to where the sleeve actually should go, because of now the open back, it is you know, everything is pulling, so it might have to come up to here, which is basically where the end of the collar is on both sides. Yep, that's the end of the collar. But right now I'm going to add pins for how much I want to crop it. I actually like how long it is in the back, but I'm still going to crop it because I need I need some extra. So I'm actually gonna crop it to, I think, right here. And then in the front, I want to crop it to about here, because I forget the bra is gonna I don't want to be like touching myself.
Don't make this weird. Yeah, I made it weird.
The bra is gonna be like right there, so I hope this is the right decision. All right, it's time to start cutting. And if you guys want to know if I am nervous, the answer is heck yes, because I can't put this piece back without a seam, so that's what makes me nervous. But you know, no guts, no glory, right? It's done. So the top is cropped. I mean, it could be a sleeveless shirt, but the dramatic sleeve, and I told you guys in my runway inspiration video, the dramatic sleeve is in. So I definitely want to explore with some sleeves today. So I am going to go ahead and take this apart, and then I'll come back. I have my sleeve off, and I am going to cut it. Actually, I'm going to cut it right down the center, and I am going to be adding a piece of what was the bottom of the shirt arbitrarily, because that's the kind of person that I am. I'm going to be adding it to the sleeve, and it does not even match. The height doesn't even match, but we're gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it, go with the flow with it. I think I'm gonna overlap it like this, so hem this side, and sew it down, overlapping like that, so you get that nice kind of asymmetry. Then I'm gonna gather this whole section really tightly. It's gonna be a kind of ruffle. This is gonna be quite dramatic. The other one is actually, because that's all I have left, it's gonna have the button on it. Okay, so it is the next day and I am ready to sew, but I came home from picking up the kids yesterday and the AC was blowing warm, so my AC is out and I really don't feel like doing anything other than sitting in a cold bath, but the show must go on. Okay, so I serged all the edges of my sleeves except for the top, because I'll serge that when I attach it, after I attach it to the sleeve. But I'm going to just single fold hem, or single fold over hem, the edges of each of the sleeve pieces, so that once I overlap them, you know, they'll be good. Now what I'm going to do is, I have each edge hemmed, and this used to be like the shoulder part, what was right on the shoulder of the sleeve, and I'm going to lay my new sleeve part overlapping that, so I have like this little overlap detail here, and I am going to pin this together there, and then it's gonna come around and the other edge will go under as well, so that it's overlapping. I'm gonna pin that edge. And so now this is my sleeve. It has a really big hole now, but this whole part is going to be gathered pretty tightly, so I'm going to add a gathering stitch. And I have a whole video on gathering for members, so if you are part of my members only group, there is a video in your members only playlist, the Renegade Squad playlist, all about gathering. All right, so I'm going to put those over to the side, and we are going to move on to fixing the collar pieces. All I really need to do is fix this piece because it's like, you know, it wasn't an exact square. So shoot, I did it with a gathering stitch. Foot. Do it again, Sam. And actually what I want to do is I'm gonna go ahead and connect it horizontally. Okay, so I have my casing and that's what we're gonna sew next. So I'm going to sew, this is the good side, and I don't care what side is going to be out for the casing. But so I'm gonna sew, and then I'm going to flip it, and then, or I'm gonna sew here, and then I'm gonna sew here, and then I'm going to sew that middle piece. And then I'm gonna cut away what I don't need, serge it, and flip it. Oh, it's getting so hot. Like I feel it getting hotter by the second. All right, so we're gonna pin this back down. No. And really my main concern is getting it sewn into the shoulder seam right now. And in there, and I'm gonna sew the whole thing across. But I wanna serge this edge first. This is the casing. And then once this is sewn down, I can flip it and it'll have a nice edge. All right, so this is the edge of our front part with the casing. Okay, so this is the front. And I'm pretty sure that I sewed that too tight, so I'm gonna take that apart, but it doesn't matter. And then, so that's the front. Gotta iron it down. Then this is the back, and this will need to be sewn down to here, and that's what we're gonna do now. Go ahead and sew that down so that, oh no, I need to sew down this, which I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but we'll figure it out. I might just cheat, do some cheat moves. One of those moves that nobody knows is not correct except for you. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sew it till I get close to the bottom, and then I'm going to hem this under and then sew the last little corner. So hem this under and then sew the last little corner here so that it all is in place correctly. All right, so that's my cheat move. It's not gonna hem all the way over because it kind of starts to go up. But what I'm gonna do is just sew this down so nobody will even be able to tell. All right, now it's time to attach the sleeve. So I am going to put the sleeve inside out and the shirt right side out and attach it to make sure that everything is even, because I have some gathering. So I'm going to use my clippies that my mom sent me. And basically what I'm doing is just going, I always go from the bottom, the underarm seam, and so we'll match it up with the side seam under the arm, and then work my way up on both sides, not just one side, both sides, until I get up to where the gather is, and then I can work with that because I want as much of the gather further up as possible. So there's the gather. Just needs to be gathered just a little bit more. So this is when you need to pin down your gathering stitch, otherwise it'll get away from you. All right, we're ready to sew. So like I said, I start with under the arm, and I do that when I'm sewing as well. And we can take this out whenever you're sewing a circle. We made it. And And we did it, yay. No serves this whole thing. So let me show you what we got. So that's the sleeve. It's a big sleeve. It's a big hole for a sleeve. So this top can actually, this top is going to be able to be worn by a lot of different sizes of people. So I'm excited about that. So that's how it turned out at the top, and you can see the collar part is sewn right there, and then we have the pretty pearl button on the sleeve, and the other sleeve doesn't have the buttons, but that makes it unique because it actually was made from the top. Okay, so let's talk about my last minute changes, edits, and updates. It was like falling off of my shoulders, so I added a little tie, little cord within the casing, and so I just opened it back up and put it right here in the corner. And then for the addition, the other little top I wanted to make, I created, no, this is the seam that's underneath the arm, and I added an opening. And so what I did was just open up the seam and then fold it back and stitch it so that it's an opening. One more thing, I took the last 3 buttons that were left over from the top portion that I cut off the front, and I put those buttons in the front right underneath the V, because I didn't want any of these pretty buttons to go to waste. So that's that. Let's see how it turned out. All right, here it is, and I love how it turned out. I love, love, love how the sleeves turned out. That is the drama I was looking for. And of course, I love how the back turned out. Like I said before, I did not want to wear a bra underneath it. I don't particularly care for how this bandeau looks. Maybe a lace bandeau would look much better. Well, of course, a lace bandeau would look much better, but I wanted it to have an open back. And I styled it with my ruffled layered skirt from earlier this year. If you are interested in how I made that, I do have a tutorial. I'll link it right here. And this is definitely the more like elevated look, super dressy look, and I'll show you guys next week in next week's video a more edgy street style way of wearing it when I do the tutorial for the bra top from a men's dress shirt. It's gonna be epic, so I hope you guys are looking forward to that. And if you haven't subscribed, definitely go ahead and subscribe right now so I can show you how to create the wardrobe of your dreams, one that fits your size and your personality. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.